Hi guys, it's Julie. Welcome back to my wonderful BC life. I'm back today with a little something different than what I ordinarily do. As we know now, we're all trying to find made in Canada products as much as we can. And we all know how difficult that can be because it's really hard when you go into the stores and you're not sure what is. I know some of the stores are getting better now at labeling on the shelves, although you got to watch. Some of them are being tricky because I've heard quite a few stories about stores putting made in Canada, and then if you actually look at the, like say in the produce department, you'll look at the piece of produce and it'll have a made in the US or grown in the USA sticker on it. So you do have to watch it still. But I've gone over these fairly carefully and I have a pretty good idea of what is what. And if I'm uncertain, I will say so. So hopefully these are all made in Canada or something along those lines. Some sort of a connection to Canada for sure. So, and by the way, I have my beaver on. There he is. I was trying to find a Canada shirt. I guess I have to buy some. I have one that's from when we had the 150th Canada's birthday. And so it wasn't just the right colors, it was blue and stuff. And I thought, well, a beaver's pretty Canadian. It is to me. So anyway, I thought I'd wear that one for today. So anyway, we'll get on with the items now. And the first item I have is my Green Beaver Antiperspirant. Comes in a number of different scents. And I know I bought mine at Shoppers Drug Mart, so they sell it there. And there's probably other stores that sell it too. And I know that they have a website and that you can go online and buy that and other products that they sell and get them from there. So I got that. And then I found some Halls that I picked up at Dollar Tree. And these ones say prepared in Canada, so I assume that means made in Canada. So that's something you can look for. And then I take these Equate Arids 2 Eye Care Advanced Formula Vitamins. Those are a Walmart brand. Now, I realize Walmart's an American store. That's going to come into play here. There's just no way around it. But it did say that they were made in Coquitlam, BC. So at least they're made here anyway. So I got that. And then, let's see here. I was surprised by this one. This is also a Walmart brand. It's Great Value Bleach. And I found that said made in Canada right on it. So that was interesting to find. I wasn't expecting that particular item to be made in Canada. And then I found in my cupboards, which I bought not long ago and I've been using, is my True Earth Net Zero Company by True Earth Laundry Detergent Net Zero Strips. And those are made in Canada. And so that's another item that I found. And let's see, what have I got here? Oh, Kirkland toilet paper. I don't have Kirkland toilet paper here at the moment, but I do use it. And of course, it's Costco, which is an American company, but their toilet paper is made in Canada. So I threw that one in. And also, it seems like Royale tissues, like facial tissues, and I think their toilet paper are made in Canada. It certainly looked like it by the one box that I had. And then over here, I'll just grab it for a second. I didn't have room for it on the counter. Purex toilet paper. Purex toilet paper says that it's made in Canada. So that was another one. I don't know if they have this countrywide. I know over here in the BC area, we certainly have the Purex products. So then, let's see what's next. The Kirkland vitamins. These are the ones Dave takes, the Kirkland men's vitamins. I assume all of their vitamins are probably made in the same place. That's what that looks like. And those were made in Winnipeg, I believe. So that was interesting to see. And then I was surprised by this one. I'm not sure if it's accurate. Arm & Hammer advanced deodorant. I did not see anywhere on it where it said it was made anyplace else. And the only thing I had on it was that it said Mississauga. So I'm not sure if it's made in Mississauga. So this is one of the things I had a question mark by. I wasn't quite sure, but it didn't say it was, it didn't say it was imported from anywhere else. So I just sort of went with that one. And then here we have the Life brand extra strength ibuprofen liquid gels. That's what those look like. Obviously that's a Shoppers Drug Mart brand, and those just said Toronto on them. So I'm not sure if that's where they were made, but they didn't say that they were made anyplace else. And then this is a kind of a funny one, but you never know, somebody might be looking for this. And I don't even know which one of us had bought this or for what our circumstance was at the time, although you can pretty much guess. It's the Life brand stool softener. I found a bottle of that in the cupboard, and that said it was made in either Alberta or Winnipeg. So I thought I'd throw whatever I see, right? I mean, somebody might be looking for stool softener, so I'm trying to be helpful here. And then some Jameson vitamins. These are the D3s. I believe that Jameson is a Canadian company, and it says proudly Canadian right on the bottle. And, oh, this one here, the lid's flying off of it. It's the Equate B12 vitamins, which of course are Walmart. And they said that they were made in Coquitlam, BC. So that was interesting. And then this here, Medicare spray-on hydrogen peroxide antiseptic. I'm not sure where we got that, to be honest. I really am not positive on that one, but it does say made in Canada. So there's another thing that I found. And then Listerine Zero. We get this at Costco, and it just says Markham on it. So I don't know if that's actually where it's made. It's one of the things that I've got the little question mark next to, because I'm just not sure. That's the only thing it says. It doesn't say it comes from anywhere else. So we're going with that, at least for now. And then I don't know how long this container of Zincofax cream has been hanging around the house. It's another one of those things you probably shouldn't be admitting you had it, but at some point somebody needed it. I don't know who, but anyway, Zincofax cream, and it just said Toronto on it. So is it made in Toronto? Not totally sure on that one, but maybe. So then the Weber brand melatonin, Weber Naturals. Get the English side going here. Weber Naturals melatonin, and that said proudly Canadian right on it, so I assume that that is definitely made in Canada. And now I have to flip my page. It's easier for me to do it this way with it all written down than it's going to be if I have to sit there and try and read all those labels, because we all know my eyes are not going to read them quickly. I will be straining something awful. Anyways, this is also something that's been kicking around in our cupboard for who knows how long. It's the A535 rub, and it said right on it that it was made in Canada. So if you're looking for some of that, assuming that there's always the possibility that from the time when we may have purchased some of these things that maybe they don't make them in the same place. Maybe they're making them in another country now, but as of the packages I've got, that's what it says. So then, and this has been kicking around in my cupboard for a long time too, it's the Exact Ice Gel. And of course that's a Walmart product. And that said right on it, product of Canada. And then there was this can of Bactine that I found, the first aid spray. And that said Etobicoke, Ontario. Maybe, that's what it said, I think. And then I found some Solar Cane medicated first aid lotion, and that I think is from Quebec. That's the only thing I could find on the label that may have given me any clue at all. And then I found this Aveeno Baby Eczema Care Lotion, and that just said Markham on it, so I don't know if it's made in Markham, but it didn't say anything else. So we went with that one. And then this Copper Tone Pure and Simple sunscreen, I assume that must be. That said Mississauga, but I'm not, you know, it's one of these things where the company's in Mississauga, so you're not sure if it was actually made there. It didn't say that it was made anyplace else, so we counted it. Now, we found this, which is the Delon rubbing alcohol, but basically, I guess that's what it would be. It doesn't really word it that way, but that's the idea behind it, that it's like a 50% rubbing alcohol. And that said right on it, made in Canada. Now, I'm not sure where I bought that. I'm not sure if it was one of the dollar stores, maybe. Might be. I'm not sure. And then, I got some food items coming up. The Planters Fruit and Nut Burst Trail Mix, which looks like that. I know I picked those up at Dollar Tree, and they said prepared in Canada. So, you know, prepared in Canada, made in Canada, I guess that's more or less the same thing. And then I was pleased to see this one. Those of you who are following me, you probably know that I was just giddy over finding these at Christmas time, and as you will see, I haven't eaten them all yet. I've still got one box left of the Dare Viva Puffs. I've still got some of the Christmas ones, the candy cane ones, and they said family owned, proudly Canadian, so I didn't see anything on there that said that they were made elsewhere, and that sort of implied that they were Canadian, so Viva Puffs are Canadian, I believe. And then I've got this bag of Canmar milled golden roasted flaxseed. Looks like so. And that is a product of Canada. It says so right on it. So that was interesting. And then I've got some Ital pasta, oven ready lasagna noodles. Looks like so. And Ital pasta is Canadian, and they said proudly made in Canada. So I got them and found that they were one of the good things. And this is one of my more recent purchases. They had this at Dollarama. It's the Atlantic Baker's Pancake and Waffle Buttermilk Pancake Mix. Looks like so. And that is made right here in Canada on the East Coast. And I'm going to have to stop for a second and move some stuff around because my stuff is all way over there. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've moved everything around and got more stuff to share. I found, and believe it or not, I've still got a bag of these left too from Christmas. Some Voortman festive cookies. So Voortman cookies are proudly baked in Canada. Good to know because I love my Voortman cookies. And then I found my No Name flour, which says product of Canada. You have to watch the No Name stuff though, because it's not all made in Canada. There's quite a bit of it made in the States, so you do have to watch. But this flour did say made in Canada. So then I found my No Name artificial vanilla extract, and it just said Toronto on it. So I'm not sure. It's one of those iffy things because it sort of mentions the company, but it doesn't specify where it came from. So that one's a bit iffy to me, but it didn't say it came from anywhere else. Then I found a bag of my Rogers icing sugar, and it says right on the label, refined in Canada since 1890. So there you have something that says it's Canadian. And I've got my French's hot chicken gravy, so French's gravies in general, I'm sure. And also the Clubhouse. I've got the, I don't know if you've ever tried this or not. This stuff is really good if you bake some potatoes up in the oven and you coat them with the garlic parmesan powder. Tastes really good. And these are both London, Ontario, so definitely Canadian there. And then we got this, they were selling it at Costco the last time we were in there. And it's this, what's the name of the brand here? I don't know, it says French Can. I guess maybe that's the name. French Can. This one's the sweet and salty, but I know they had 4 different flavors. And this said, oops, I'm gonna have to turn my page here. I'm getting behind. Just said made in Canada. So that is made in Canada too. Good to know if you go to Costco. And then I gotta mark some things off here so I don't get all mixed up. I got this, I see, I'm skipping something here. 2 things, popcorn and corn. Anyway, this is the Graves Peaches and Cream Corn that I picked up. I'm not sure whether it was Dollarama or Dollar Tree. Anyway, it says Quebec on it, so I think that's where that was from, was Quebec, processed in Quebec. And then another no-name product, it's the pineapple sauce, and that said on it that it was proudly prepared in Canada. Oh no, this one just said Canada. I'm getting ahead of myself again. It just said Canada, and I'm giving that one a question mark because it was, you know, a little bit iffy, but it didn't say it came from anywhere else. This one is the one that says proudly prepared in Canada, and it's the VH sweet and sour sauce. So that one said right on it that it was made in Canada. And I gotta go grab some more stuff, just a sec. Okay, I'm back with some more things. I had them wrapped right around the island here in the kitchen, so I'm having to show some things, then move them away, and then bring some others around. It's like they're going around like this. So the next things I found, and I've shown these before on my haul videos, is the Green Giant vegetables that say right on them, grown and packed in Canada. And I know it says that on their corn as well as their peas. So that's good to know. And then I found some Heinz beans, and the Heinz beans say Canada on them. Now this next item, I've heard people say that it's not Canadian, and maybe the company itself isn't Canadian, which I strongly believe that to be true, but it did say it was made in Canada, and that's the Pearl Milling light syrup that I found in my cupboard. So anyway, at least it said it was made in Canada, even though it's undoubtedly a US company. So then I found my Jell-O puddings that I always buy, my fat-free puddings and my fat-free Jell-O. And they both just said Toronto on them, so I assumed that they're Canadian, but that's one of those things where I had a question mark, so I wasn't 100% sure. And then I got the D-Gourmet chips from Dollarama, and they say right on them that they are made in Canada. Good to know. And then this, I picked these up a couple of times now at Dollar Tree, and I don't know if the company is Canadian or what the story is. I don't know. But Granny Appleton milk chocolate eggies, and that's what that looks like. And they say right on them, made in Canada. So we assume that they are then. And then my Kirkland conditioner that I use on my hair. That says right on it that it's made in Canada. And I actually really like it for my hair anyway. And also the Kirkland shampoo that I also use is also made in Canada. So that's good to know. And now I have to turn my page again. I've only got one more page to go. I'm humming right along, I think. And then I found my, which I need to get another one, it's almost empty, my Jameson Calcium and Vitamin D. And that is proudly Canadian, Jameson Vitamins. I believe all of their vitamins are Canadian. It's a Canadian company. Now, I have this. It's the Exact Cocoa Butter Lotion, and that's obviously a Walmart brand. And it said Product of Canada on it, so that was good to know. And then this is the same brand as that rubbing alcohol that I found. And this is the Delon Hand Sanitizer Gel. And that is also made in Canada. I'm not sure which store I bought that at. I really can't tell you at this point, but someplace around. And then I have the Equate Extra Strength Allergy Sinus Medication. So that's a Walmart product for sure. And that just said Winnipeg on it, so I'm assuming it's Winnipeg. And I've got to go and move my stuff again because it's all way down there. Okay, I'm back with the last of them. I don't have to move anything else at this point. I've got my spa soap, which I always get at Dollarama. And as you can see, it's got the Canadian label right there, and it says Made in Canada on that. So that's another good one. And I was kind of surprised by this one. I don't know if any of you uses this product, but it's really good if you've got like sore muscles or anything like that, any aches and stuff. This is really a nice product. And what I really like about it is it doesn't have any scent to it. So you're not going around and you know what I mean. If you put something on that has a strong scent, some sort of cream to help with your muscles and stuff like that, it's really stinky. But this stuff has virtually no scent, and it's Myoflex cream. Looks like that. And that said on it Markham, so I assume it's made in Markham. It's one of the sort of iffy ones, but I think it's made in Markham. And that's in Ontario, in case you don't know. And Aleve caplets. We all know what Aleve is. And they just said Mississauga on them, so I'm assuming that's where those are made. And Tylenol arthritis. I found those, and they said Markham on those, so I didn't see where they said they came from anywhere else, so we're assuming they came from Markham. And then I had this Mark Anthony Coconut and Shea Nourishing Shampoo that I found that I haven't used yet. And that said right on it, Made in Canada, and I'm pretty sure I bought it at Costco, I think. I think it was Costco. And then my Vitafusion Multivites or Multivites gummies. I get those at Costco. And they just said Mississauga on them, so we're assuming that means that they were from here. And then my Visine drops. Visine allergy drops, that's what that looks like. I imagine it probably came in a box, but anyway, that's what the bottle looks like. It said Markham on it, so we're assuming that's where it came from. And Voltaren Emul Gel. I had these little tiny ones. I must have gotten them as a sample from somewhere. And they said Mississauga on those. I didn't see where they came from anywhere else, so we're assuming Mississauga on them. And then Quaker Oats. I've got two flavors, the peaches and the regular. And they both said right on them, made with 100% Canadian oats. So we're pretty sure that those are Canadian. And they did mention Peterborough, Ontario on the package. And then the Emergen-C. This is stuff to boost your immunity when you're either already sick or you're afraid you're going to get sick. You take that. And it said Mississauga, Ontario on that box. And then the last thing is my mascara, my Marcel mascara. This is just one of the kinds that I have. And it is a Canadian company, but when I looked very carefully, I saw that it said made in Italy. So it's actually made in Italy, but Marcel is a Canadian cosmetics brand. So anyway, at least it's a Canadian company, but it wasn't actually, or at least that one wasn't actually made in Canada. So that's all of the things that I found in my cupboards I probably could have dug a little deeper, but I was digging pretty deep as it was. Anyway, that are made in Canada, or I think are made in Canada, or at least a Canadian company in some of the cases. So I hope everybody enjoyed my video today. If you did, be sure to hit the like button. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I'd love it if you'd hit the subscribe button and become a member of my YouTube family. And also be sure to hit the notification bell and set it to all so you don't miss any of my uploads. I hope that you're all doing well. I hope that you're all healthy and happy. I would like to thank you for joining me today. And until next time, bye-bye.
Bonus here, eh, Jerry?
Yeah.
You guys see the CO2 to this coast.
Just